We just gonna start rolling, man. What up? Fuck all that subscribe and all that shit. But if you want to subscribe, go ahead. But I'm only here like every blue moon. I want to speak on, get it out the way, Corey Holcomb and the Marcus incident. Oh man, did y'all see the show? Did y'all watch 5150? Did y'all tap into Marcus? The current, I think Marcus, as we speak, might be live streaming right now, Midwest time. It's probably 12:44 a.m. right? I'm a third shifter, so I got time. But anyways, did y'all see the 5150 show where Corey ethered his stepson? Did y'all catch Marcus's take? I did. And man, I pray that God hasn't made me to be a biased person. He hasn't made me to defend unrighteousness. I pray that God has made me to see things objectively and to be able to view any conflict from both perspectives. Let me start from Marcus's perspective. Marcus, like most of us, had Corey Holcomb in high regard. Marcus, like most of us, seen Corey Holcomb as fair. Let's start there. He's seen Corey Holcomb as an authority on the truth, right? Can we agree? So Marcus, Marcus, when opportunity presented, he got around Corey to learn, to extract, to see it up close for what it is. And Corey Holcomb, being who he is, he let Marcus and Precise, come and take a glimpse. Hey, come in, man. It was at a time where, the pandemic was hitting, things were kind of slowing down. I think Nate had just recently kind of went away. And Corey Holcomb seen himself in Precise and as well as Marcus. Now, when they both came on the show, the audience was like, they don't got it. Get them the fuck out of here. The show flowed so effortlessly with Zoe and Bobby and, the likes of Craig and Nate. It was so fluid. It was no hiccups. The show was so easy to watch. We got our laugh. We got everything. So Marcus and Precise entered the scenario. And instantly, as a fan, I was not a fan of those guys. I was like, oh my God, what is this? Like, they're finna come and, they were ruining the show. It was hard to watch for weeks, right? Corey eventually parted ways with Precise due to the obnoxiousness, and it was hurting. Listen to me as a passive, well, I'm a really fan. I'm a fan. But it was hurting the brand. It was hard to watch. And he stuck with Marcus because Marcus was less obnoxious, right? As I watched the show, you can kind of see Marcus slowly start to become arrogant because of his proximity to Corey. He would start to speak on things like celebrities. I'm not sure if Marcus is privileged in them circles, if he was available to them circles, but Marcus started to talk as if he was like, knowing these people, and I was like, hey, I don't know if that show rolled. Darlene, who's been exposed to celebrity and a certain, air, she had, I was like, okay, we'll grant her, the ability to speak on these things. But Marcus, who the hell is you? You've been around Ryan Davis and that's it. But anyways, this fallout happens, okay? And we as fans, if you know Corey, you understand one thing about Corey. And maybe y'all can agree or disagree. Corey can't stand perpetrators. He can't stand people acting like something that they're not, you know? So as a fan, he's made us to be able to spot those people, perpetrators, fake talent. You know, one thing he constantly speaks on is these people who have entered the craft trying to project as comics. That is annoying to a person who had to, you know, live through the 90s and perform with very hostile crowds and very strict scrutiny, you know, to emerge as one of the authorities on comedy, to continue to work at the craft, to make sure he's delivering to the people what the people want. He hates to see these people who, I want to say flashpoints, these people who emerge as comics who haven't been refined by the fire, who simply think that a couple of laughs have given them the authority to, you know, ask the people to come pay and to see them. That's what bothers Corey. Corey's number one problem is, you know what bothers me is the consumer being tricked out of their money to come see your garbage self. That's what bothers Corey, right? And some of these people who have garnered laughs, who have been proximate to real talent, they seem to think that they are deserving of hard-working people sitting through an hour of mediocrity. So a lot of these people, they don't really know, like, you know, Corey's issue with them simply is because they're mediocre and they haven't done the proper assessment to see themselves that way. So Corey, for a matter of time, he can accept it. But what Corey is saying to these people who he fall out with is, why don't you get back in the lab and cook up something and keep cooking so that it justify you asking these hard-working people for their money. And it seems like it's a fallout for other reasons, but that's simply what it is. If you were asked me, a fan of 5150, what was his issue with Zoe? Corey's issue with Zoe was watching Zoe, and we're not stupid, beg. Hey guys, can you support? Hey, you know, we only need 50 more people to support. Hey, just get, and Corey's looking at Zoe like, nigga, you really got it where you don't even gotta ask for it. They'll give it to you. Corey Holcomb doesn't ask his fans for much. I'm a fan. Corey rarely campaigns in the same way as a Tariq Nasheed. He's not thirsty. He's not depending on you to support him. Corey Holcomb gives away comedy simply because he wants you to see he's talented and have a reason to buy a ticket to his shows. He comes on YouTube, he speaks on real topics, but in the midst of those topics, he's delivering his talent, which is he has a gift for gab. He knows how to talk. He knows how to communicate. And with that, he wants to parlay that into ticket sales, so that when you do come see him, it's justified. You just watched him on YouTube, you know, have a conversation about all kind of topics, but have the ability to make it funny. He wants you to come buy a ticket, right? Now, here's what I really want to say. For the people who have empathy and sympathy for Marcus, I understand you. And for the people who have empathy and sympathy for Corey, I understand you more. Corey Holcomb, like some of us, not most of us, has been able to find a way in this cold-blooded world. He references it often, talking about driving to California on a suspended, revoked license and being able to, just being able to get through LA and survive LA through his talent and God's grace, allow him to be what he is today. And I don't think he doesn't hate the people who want to be next to talent. I think what he doesn't like is that you want to use the talent up. You want to use what belongs to the talent. You want the attention that the talent gets instead of going and getting your own. So that's his issue. And for me personally, I don't want to make this a forever video, right? But I just want the audience to understand what my position is. I live almost like Corey Holcomb. There are so many people who believe what you create belongs to them. There are so many people who want what you created. They don't know the struggle that it took for you to get to where you are. They don't know. They see you with what you possess and what you got, and they want it for themselves, okay? That becomes frustrating when you are around so many people who would rather you pull your wallet out than theirs. That becomes at some point when you are just, you're barely doing all right. You're all right, but it's annoying when people see you and they put their wallet up to say, you know what, I know Corey has it. And I think that's the frustration Corey has, because he ain't tripping over none of that shit. But at some point, he really wants people to ascend. And an example of I'm sure who people he's proud of Craig. Believe it or not, Craig is a man. You can clearly see Craig is out there doing things. Craig is around Corey. Craig and I are almost the same age. And you will have to be a fool to be proximate to that much information and to be arrogant enough to think you don't need it. Corey is an extreme wealth of knowledge. Corey is, capable of really, if you are in the entertainment business, really you can learn from him. You can get a lot of information from him. So you'll be a fool to just think, oh, I don't need to be around him and learn from him. Craig is brilliant in that regard to say, you know what, I don't know enough. Let me keep sitting around him until I catch on, until I get it. What is it that Corey is doing that's making him successful? Because successful is not an opinion. It is actually a result. Success is the result of your intellectual property. It's a result of your effort. It's a result of your output as well as your input. That's what success gets you. And so when you don't have that level of success that Corey has been blackballed. Corey has been viewed as a threat to entertainment. You can't tell me Corey shouldn't be one of the top comedians in the country. You can't tell me he's not funny. You will never honestly be able to objectively say that after watching this guy. You can't say it. You know what I mean? Watch the people that react to his videos who've never heard of him, just hysterically laughing. So the fact that he isn't more mainstream is saying a lot about who Corey is, because even though he's not highlighting tours like some of these other comics, Corey has been able to go under that and develop an audience that is a real following. People who come see him. I personally have traveled miles to go see Corey Holcomb, to see his act. And I'm gonna tell you, I've never been disappointed. The man is extremely funny. And here's why I decided to make the video, because Corey Holcomb has taken people who has been marginal, and he has been patient with Marcus. He has been patient with Precise. Zoe Williams right now, if you take his tat, man, Zoe Williams could use the 5150 show. Let me be honest. Zoe Williams, to be honest, I love Zoe, man, but to watch Zoe Williams is almost pathetic considering how talented he is. But one thing he hasn't been able to do is get the people to support him. And he's constantly begging, constantly asking you to donate, constantly asking you to support products that the consumer doesn't want. And he doesn't have the wisdom to reroute. Zoe Williams' bag is waiting on him if he can swallow his pride and get back on the 5150 show. His dreams will come true. Zoe Williams was not born, let me not minimize, so very intelligent, highly intellectual man. But Zoe Williams deserves prosperity too. And Zoe Williams doesn't know that the cash cow is next to Corey Holcomb. Zoe Williams doesn't know that the world is waiting for him and Corey Holcomb. His pride won't allow him to see it, or his obligations, or his commitments to whatever he's committed to won't allow him to see, hey, Zoe, you and Corey together, dynamic. You and Corey, Zoe Williams, you guys take over the internet. That's how talented you are next to Corey Holcomb. You know, the audience is all forgiving. You know, Corey is suggested so many times, so many videos, how much he misses your talent next to him, because he knows that fallout was like, okay, man, you know, I really, at the end of the day, I really love Zoe. I really respect Zoe. I really think that in this entertainment business, Zoe and I had something that these people can't mimic. They can't come up with what you and Corey had. That right there, that combination, Zoe, in this time right now, you see Corey's chat is averaging 10,000 people a night through a 2-hour damn live stream. He's getting 10,000 people in the chat. When I click on your chat, I'm seeing, oh my God, it's pathetic. I'm seeing pathetic. And I just feel so terrible that you don't have the exposure you deserve simply because of pride. The pride has gotten into the way, you know. But Zoe, to be honest with you, as a fan, I love you. I've learned so much from you. You have so much to offer, but the platform is not that platform. That's not what the people want. It's so sad to see just only your moderators commenting in the chat. It's so sad to see that you're not on 5150. What's supposed to have happened with that fallout, and I'm pretty sure it's dead, because Zoe, you are a reasonable man, you're very intelligent, is what was supposed to happen was you was supposed to say, Corey, you know, you're right. You know, Corey can see you. We all see you trying to sell products that's garbage. Hey, buy my book, $30 book. No, it's just, I got the books. You got me. I bought the books for 30 bucks. I bought, when I seen Hakeem or whatever, Hassan selling the juice, you know, I looked at the prices. You guys are out of touch. You guys are hustlers. And what you're thinking about, and you've been aligned with Tone Talks, who have given you the wealth data. You don't know your audience. Corey fought you to put up the monetization. He was like, man, I don't want my people giving me their hard-earned money. That's what makes us want to support him, because he understands, he's connected with the people. He understands that my people don't got shit. We come from slaves, you see? And what you fail to realize is that your audience don't got no money, but yet you still try to petition, you still try to solicit, hey, this and that. And how's that working out? How's it working out? And that's the problem with our, you know, our intellectuals, is that they keep banging their head against a concrete wall, and they keep saying one day it's gonna break down. No, man, that wall is fortified, is reinforced. It is what it is. One thing that Corey's been able to do to become successful, to get what he can out the community, is he's been able to give us something that we feel justified for giving him. You know, we feel right. Like when I buy, support Corey Holcomb, buys clothing, merch every blue moon. But when I do, I feel good about that purchase. I feel like it's going into the pockets of a man with integrity. I feel like it's going into pockets of a man who's going to support the people around him. And I feel good about that. I don't feel like it's going to the pockets of a hustler, of a con artist, of a person who sees me as a dollar sign. I feel like when I support Corey Holcomb, I feel like I'm supporting myself. I feel righteous when I support, because this man, the stuff that he speaks on, he should be canceled. He's bold. He's, unafraid. And so that makes me feel like me, like, oh my, he speaks for me. You see? Tone Talks is another one. Tone Talks, Yvette Carnell. I feel righteous when I give my hard-earned money to those people, those causes. But on the other hand, when somebody like Joe Williams asks me to support, I don't feel like I'm supporting something that's going to benefit me. I feel like I'm supporting you to support yourself, and I don't feel like, I don't feel good about those purchases. And it's just not to be insulting. I'm hoping that, like Corey, I hope that some of these words reach the heart. But here's what we're faced with in our community. We got too much pride going on. People are too prideful. They don't want to consider what you're talking about. They believe that they the first instinct is to get defensive, instead of like walking in the speaker's shoes, listening to what I'm saying. They get defensive, and they don't want to hear what you got to say. Corey, I walked in Corey's shoes because I live this life. I understand what it's like to be, at the top. And I'm not at the top but like on that level, right? I'm not there. But I live where I have emerged out of the group of people that I'm around as, one of the people in this life that's doing okay. And what do you get for that? You get so many people dumping their problems on you, making the problems that they created like it was your fault, like it was you did it. And so you just stuck with, always being to blame for stuff that they created. Now, to get back to Corey and Marcus, Corey gave you the platform, not for 1 year, not for 2 years, not for 3 years, not for 4 years. Corey has given you that platform and exposure to an audience for years. Can you garner the attention? Can you justify people coming to your shows? You are a comedian. I don't think you can. That's not an insult. That's just telling you got work to do. Marcus, Nate Jackson was on that show. Just Niche was on that show. So many comics was on that show. Who's taking that platform and run with it? When I look at what Nate Jackson is doing, I'm pretty sure Corey would be proud. Corey don't want to claim none of that. Just Niche, what she's doing, people love her. Pay the money. Corey gets behind her. Pay the money. That lady got something to say, some jokes. She's really a comedian. Nate Jackson, really a comedian, really strong. Craig is on the grind. Craig is figuring it out. I'm still kind of on the fence with Craig. I like Craig. Craig is very witty. Craig can come up with a joke on the spot. That's his thing. I seen Craig perform in Milwaukee, so I seen you on stage. You funny, but you got work to do, brother. That's no insult, but Corey Holcomb, can't deny it. The brother can just tell a story, you just have you cracking up. And he touches on topic that you would never dare to touch on. You would never dare to think like he thinks. He's different, man. That's just a gift from God. So, in conclusion, man, like, it's all love. I'm just a passive fan, I hope that somehow everybody that's been criticized can find it in their heart. Let me just listen, because all Corey really wants, just hear him out. I'm pretty sure, like, if you can just hear him out and accept what he says, and don't be defensive, I'm pretty sure he'll be like, man, I'm glad you were able to, because that's really how you disarm an argument. You just got to agree with it. And you got to, it can't be fake. It got to be from the heart. You got to see, okay, this is where he's coming from, and understand that. But from as a person who's a fan and listens, I'm seeing people have a hard time with accepting that criticism. So with that, I just want to say, man, much love, much success to everybody that's been a part of 5150. We are our family. You guys have a platform that is very unique, and it wouldn't be a platform without the fallouts. Now we've grown accustomed to the fallouts. We've grown accustomed to, Corey saying, God damn it, I got to tell this person the truth. I can't keep faking, because Corey is like most of us, man, where we can see a flaw, but just the love won't allow us to like nip it in the bud then and there. We want the person to correct it. We're not just always trying to, be critical of people, and we want people to challenge themselves to be, just true with themselves. So with that being said, Marcus, there's not a right and wrong in this, right? There's not a right and wrong. I just think that when you're getting constructive criticism from a person who's walked that path, then it's for you to humble yourself. It's not for you to say, oh, he's being emotional. Oh, he's being, like a female. That's not the approach. What you're supposed to do is take a look at it. What is he saying? I live with my mama. Is that true? Find the truth in it. Did he lie on me? Like, was I, let me check and see if I have been sending this man, negative information. It's a busy man. If top of everything he's going through, have I been adding to it? Have I been asking him about bullshit, and, with that. So, just, and that's be fair with some saying with Zoe. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, this the humblest, man. It's much love. Anybody that watched it, shout out to you. I hope I came across clear. It's not often that I get on here and make these videos, but it's all love. I'm a big supporter of 5150. Corey, man, we love you, man. You could do no wrong to me, especially if you are helping people like you wanted to be helped. You don't have to do that, my brother. You do not have to do that. A lot of people, like even your co-host Darlene, was left for dead. You revived her career. You've made her relevant. You picked her up out the ashes. It's you. She was finna be tossed to the side. But Corey Holcomb, you got somebody next to you who we all love, who we can clearly see who you are. And the one thing that you've taught me, Corey, to be honest, is like, don't pay attention to what you say. Pay attention to what you do. And I can tell what you do in your real life. You're a fair man. You've helped me so much, my brother, and I love you for it, man. And it's just, I hope I'm not being biased, but Corey Holcomb, man, you a real one, homie. You're a real one, man, and it's much love, bro. So with that being said, man, much love to all of the panel. Everybody that support and help Corey, thank you so much, because without y'all, we couldn't pull it. It couldn't be pulled off. But ultimately, I just thank Corey Holcomb for, in this time, giving us real reality TV. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to do that. So some of you guys, we wouldn't know about you without Corey. So for that, Corey, we love you, man. Thank you, brother. I see it. I get you, and I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, you have every right to correct that. But to me, brother, you haven't done nothing wrong but told the truth. And that isn't something that is received well now. So everybody that's watched this video, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of the year. Life, year, day, whatever. Peace.